the thing you want for me to explain for you to understand. Then still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say,
when they call you in the name,
when they call me in the name, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
He told the message, you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I want you tea to carry to the
message. What can you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
The bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside. My hot. So when I carry it to the man, say carry to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so you can go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man you going to now.
Yeah, the same man.
The man tell you say one for you to go steal.
No, yeah. So when I go to the man, he say clean the car. Then they are 2 now.
In a jeep.
Then they are 2.
A big jeep.
Yeah. Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
No, Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the water now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You say I want to talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk clear to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, looking. Then you want post and no more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to talk again. And said they call me to the office. I go explain.
I think you explain to me that you come to get paid. You say you carry the tea to the man. After you carry the tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not fair.
Nobody, you getting very. You say asking you too much question. Hey, there's people things say make your egg and bread. You bring it. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say and English.
This is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already telling me print. But before you print, come up to me. There is nothing in that paragraph that indicated that money should be printed.
The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. So wherever you are, however you are joining the conversation, this is Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. It is a very, very sad situation in Liberia. When the laws of the country, when the laws are being abused, it is very, very pathetic. Where are we as a people? What's happening to the Republic of Liberia when laws are being violated by those who are supposed to be upholding the constitution of our country? There are too many things happening across the country. Lawlessness is creeping by the day, by the minute. We see people acting as though we're in the warring days. We see individuals in government who are supposed to be law-abiding, behaving like the rebels we had during the days we fought war in this country. Yes, this is what's happening in Liberia. Welcome to Freedom Hub on today's edition. It is the 28th day of the month of March 2024, remains the year. My name is Oliver Kine, Oliver Kine for short. I'm going to be here till 6 o'clock. Hopefully, Princess Alexa Vanja Colley will join the conversation. She's caught up somewhere on the Tottenham Boulevard area. What are the issues we intend to talk about today? Who are the individuals who will form part of the conversation? On the flip side of the event, somewhere around 5:05 today, we're going to be playing host to Honorable Kekula Muka Kamara, the lawmaker of District Number 14, Montserrat County. Kekula Muka Kamara is in the Capitol building. He replaced Ibrahim Vamuya Kone of District Number 14. And so today, he's going to join us during the course of the second segment to tell us more of what he has done since the people of Electoral District Number 14, Montserrat County, elected him to the parliament. Just before that conversation, we're going to be looking into the rebel attitude that was exhibited by the quote-unquote asset recovery team on yesterday. When you are supposed to be implementing the laws, you do it in accordance with the law. What we witnessed on yesterday was a classical example of what we witnessed during the hit days of our war. That was an attitude that can be compared to what the rebels used to do in this country. A full coverage of that event, a full analysis about that conversation will be held right here on the People's Station. There are too many things happening across the country with President Bwaka appointing additional individuals in government. At this time around, affecting the local government. Maryland County is with a new superintendent, pending the confirmation by the Liberian Senate. The Honorable Henry Cole is the replacement for Honorable Josh Proud of Maryland County. We can go on and keep giving you all of what's trending in the country. But until then, we're going to be taking this quick break. We have, word from our sponsor, Crime Stoppers Liberia. When we come back, we're going to be discussing Emmanuel Gonkwe, Robert Wilson, and the rest of the folks from the asset recovery team with reference to what we believe they are into. And trust me, nobody should own any property belonging to the government of this country. And nobody should steal any asset belonging to the Liberian government. But when you have a team that is supposed to ensure that that is not the case, and that team is proceeding in a very, very childish manner, from an unprofessional perspective, it is important that people who are conscious-minded will rise up to the occasion and look in the faces of those in charge and say to them, this is a country of law and not a country of a few men with big bellies. We take a break to return right here on the People's Station.
Really can't take your love. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you check. Do it for your safety. If you see a don't keep it. I'm a part of report. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sam Sion.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. It is Thursday in Monrovia. I don't know what is the time from your end, but it is 4:12 in the nation's capital. Alexa, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you out there following today's presentation of the program Freedom Hub. I would like to say welcome to today's edition. We have a lot to talk about as there are a lot of interesting things happening in country of recent, and I guess a lot of you are actually following what is happening with the asset recovery theme. So we don't know exactly what exactly they're thinking. We don't know exactly how they've planned to do this thing, but a lot is happening, so we'll have to discuss that as well. We're also expecting one of the representatives to be our guest here. We're going to discuss national issues as well. So however where you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome.
Okay, so basically let's say hands up to all of the people, and it is a sad thing that the show has taken a different trend. Kudos to our brother Higa Gonda for stepping in. It all rigged my role, having the days being shared, but he's doing an exceptional job, keeping the platform up and running. And so I want to say hands up to all of you following the conversation as well. Those of you who keep following with or without us on the platform, it is a very, very tight period at about this moment. We are hoping that in the next 1 or 2 months, at most in the next 3 months, this thing is going to be resolved. And fully, we're going to be having a full blast conversation here on 87.9. So the schedule remains the same. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we will be here. Monday, Wednesdays, our brother Higa Gonda will take control and do exactly what he knows how to do best, right here on the People Station. So that is exactly what we have. On yesterday, Alexa, there was this issue of the asset recovery team, and the guys were kind of seizing people. Did you follow the entire situation?
Of course, I did, and I remember. I think it was day before yesterday, Oliver. So now my car though, but I was in a car with a friend. It's more like it's a 2023 model of Infinity around Vamuma, and he was being questioned as to whether that is his car or if it belongs to someone else, and not just him, but that was basically something that happened to a lot of people. If some of the people who encounter that they're listening, they could definitely call and share their experience with exactly what happened. So I think basically, like you said, we do not support a person to have government properties or something that belongs to government for themselves. That is not something that is encouraged. That is not something that is promoted, because whatever belongs to government should definitely be returned when you're no longer in that position. However, I think when we're discussing the issue about asset recovery, Oliver, it should be done in a way that is way more professional, and in a way that you have trained personnel to go ahead and do the job. So you don't have to, use the faces of people who are not trained enough to do exactly what is supposed to be done. Because you wouldn't just say, oh, Oliver is supposed to recover an asset from Alexa, who is an ex-government official, and Oliver doesn't know exactly how to start it. Oliver doesn't know, how to proceed, and he just, goes ahead like you're acting like this is something that is we're in gangster paradise where you're just doing things based on, the way you think you're supposed to do it. That's not exactly how we're supposed to proceed as a country, and especially when you have people who have said they have the sophistication, they have the experience, and they know exactly how to go about these things. It should be done professionally, and you should have people do what is to be done. On the other hand, Oliver, I'm sure GSA has, records of all of the different cars that belong to government, and maybe some of the different things that belong to government. I'm sure they have this coding system where if this car belongs to government, definitely there is a code. So you definitely know this car belongs to government. You know exactly how to track, that property that belongs to government. So I'm sure they should be able to use this, because that is exactly the way you would know, hey, okay, we have Oliver who is maybe at ELW Johnson has government car, so we're going there to get it, and you have what you're supposed to have. But you don't have all of these things, and you're just in the streets from one end to another. You're stopping, ordinary citizens, you're stopping private citizens. Some people are supposed to travel, some people are supposed to go to work, some people are supposed to go to school, and they don't know exactly what is happening in the streets though. So you're going to go out there, and just in case you're driving this, luxurious car or very huge car, someone will tell you, oh, let me see your document and this, that. It doesn't really make sense to me, because I'm sure everything is supposed to be put in place to help them recover the assets of government professionally and in a way that doesn't disturb, private citizens, in a way that, wouldn't really store traffic, because you have people doing their different things though. So you wouldn't just be in the street unprofessionally, or because you want to show that, you're working. So you're doing these things just to, disturb other people. It doesn't make any sense. They should be able to follow the right channel. They should be able to use the documents or different papers that are available to them, like this car belongs to government and we're taking it. So if it actually works that way, it will be very smooth, Oliver, because 100%, if I am a person who served in previous government and I know that I have a car, I know I'm supposed to turn that over. Right? So it is supposed to work that way. So it should not be in a form that maybe you're trying to show supremacy, and you're even seizing people properties as though it is yours or it belongs to the government, without even you knowing who really has this or how the person acquired what they have now. So to me, that doesn't make sense. So if we are to talk about asset recovery, that's one of the reasons I think people started pointing out as to whether this is a witch hunt or this is something that is just to target a certain number of people. And just looking at the 2 different days, or just the event from day before yesterday to yesterday, other people would definitely conclude that, yeah, that is it. People are witch hunting, ex-government officials or people that they did not have good relationship with. So someone would say that, because if you're going to go from day before yesterday, you go to yesterday, it tells you exactly, Oliver, that this is not proceeding the way it is supposed to definitely proceed. So it doesn't make any sense. We need the folks. That's also one of the reasons people complained earlier on about the phases on the asset recovery team. You're gonna have someone who doesn't even understand, what it means to, get government assets. You can have a phase that is not 100% honest, a person who doesn't know what professionalism is, and then you just go out there like, oh, this person did this to me back in the day, so I'm going to do this to get back at that person. It doesn't make any sense, Oliver. The government we have now, they understand a lot of things. They know a lot of things. They are sophisticated. So they should be able to do what is supposed to be done the right way. When that is done, no one is going to complain about, oh, I'm being witch hunted. No. No one is going to do that, because you already know, oh, straight from GSA, you have a document that proves Alexa has a car that belongs to the government. you have a code that shows this car belongs to government. So we wouldn't really be accurate about it because I already know I have something for you and I'm supposed to turn that over. I wouldn't need people to sing to me. Simple. So Oliver, I think this is really an irresponsible minor that they're using. It is really irresponsible, and I don't think it should be done this way. I also think it is unprofessional, and I also don't think it should be done this way. And I think they're not proceeding rightly. I support, getting, whatever that belongs to government, getting, all those things back from people who have refused to turn them over because it is clear. It is 100% clear. You had, a notice that once you're no longer in government, you're supposed to give maybe a car or whatever you have back to government. And there was a time frame for that. So people who did not actually adhere to that, Oliver, they definitely know what they did. So that should not be the reason for embarrassing ordinary citizens or private citizens. That should not be the reason. Oliver, right. I mean, when you're going to Monrovia City Hall, right? After that, I think it's 5th Street or something. Yesterday, that place again, you had huge traffic. Why? Because you have one, Wilson. He is, getting the, cars or whatever that belong to government back, right? So that was really embarrassing. You had a lot of people stuck in the streets. You have some of the folks they even had to get down from some cars because I see they kind of say are suspecting is sorry for the government. So definitely I would say you'll get down. So someone wouldn't want to be embarrassed. Definitely you will have to get down and get something else to take you to wherever you're supposed to go. So if this is to be done in a way that is 100% really professional, I think they should go back to their drawing board and they should be able to recalibrate or reconsider how they are supposed to present this. They should be able to reconsider how to be professional, and they should just follow exactly the different rules. And in other words, Oliver, this is to some extent someone would say it was unlawful in a way.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
All right. So basically, you touch exactly what I intended pushing forth. So let me take it from the other angle, and this is where I want Robert Wilson, Emmanuel Gonkwe, and the rest of the folks to pay attention. You see, DJ Hero Cruzo, I hope we are good. We keep having some technical issues, but I just hope we are good. Bear with us if you're out there. We got some technical stuff. Whatever the case is, we'll continue to do the show. Now, here is what I want to say to our people in this country. Alexa and I know the rest of us at Freedom Radio Liberia, including the entire Republic of Liberia, there is nobody besides those with the intention of stealing government properties. There is nobody who is happy for anybody to hold onto legitimate properties owned by the Liberian government. Nobody will be happy for somebody to steal government property. No, nobody will be happy about that, except for those who will want to attempt to do the stealing themselves. Now, while it is true that we do not support individuals taking what belongs to the government, it is also important for the Liberian government, especially a particular task force that has been instructed to do asset recovery. It is important for such a task force to do the job using their brains, using their senses. When you have a governmental piece of job to do, forget whatever that resembles your emotions. Forget it. When you take your emotions to the job, you mess it up. At the end of the day, you subject the true intent of whatever mission you are on to public scrutiny, and that's when your personal sentiments and emotions will override the real reason why you were appointed. And by the time you know it, you've undermined the entire project. That is what we see Robert Wilson, Emmanuel Gonkwe displaying in. I mean, we saw that on display on yesterday. We saw them today. And thankfully, the Supreme Court was able to restore some form of sanity to the process. The government said people are in possession of our properties, the cars that they want, that I want, that I want. Your job is to go and look around and find our properties. Hey, for God in heaven's sake, the way you do it should be done in accordance with the laws of the Republic of Liberia. The Constitution is very clear as to search and seizure. Before you seize something, before you do this one, you do that one. Before you invade somebody's personal property to go to the person's fence and say, oh, man, we can't do your fence, we can't see their car, then we will know, say, no. Once you have your intel, somebody say, every Gossin William got I mean, from former minister Gossin William got 30 jeeps in here. He got the one in here. You go to the court, you secure a writ, or better say a search warrant. That search warrant will constitute your legal authority for accessing the properties of the individual in question. Beyond that, when you are assigned to retrieve government properties, you should have an inventory to guide you in what you're looking for. You can keep going around the country randomly, and you're looking for government cars when you do not know what you're looking for. There were turnover notes between the former GSA boss and the transitional committee. Madam Mayor Brown was able to turn over to the committee on transition the entire inventory of the government of Liberia properties. You know what the inventory note is? Okay, Jowiata, we gave Minister Elesa one card to be using as the Minister of Justice. We gave Minister J1, they one card. We gave Minister X, they table. We gave Minister Y, there's one. So you have a full list of all the people who were assigned government properties during the WIA's administration. You have a whole list. That list is the inventory. So when President Weah was leaving, Mayor Brown, as you all know, was the head of GSA under the WIA's administration. She had a turnover note to the joint presidential, transitional task force, whatever the situation is, the JPTT. It is that particular paperwork that you are supposed to take charge of as an asset recovery team. So say, look, based on the GSA records of the WIA administration, this vehicle was given to Minister JYD. We are checking in the GSA fleet management system. We cannot find this vehicle. We cannot locate it. This vehicle, to the best of the knowledge of those at the GSA, specifically the fleet management division, they cannot account for where this vehicle is. So automatically, that vehicle that was assigned to either Deputy Minister X or Assistant Minister Y becomes a part of the asset of government that cannot be located. Hence, the need for the asset recovery. So in that situation, you mark that vehicle as, okay, that Toyota Hilux, it was assigned to Deputy Minister February 4, 1974, this, and when their government was leaving, January 22nd, up to the time of today's date, that vehicle is nowhere to be found. The inventory will guide you. Now, you don't have to go running around all over the country looking for cars. GSA, before they assign a car to you in the country, they will know your position. They take all of your information. Oh, that you giving a car to your Minister John Brown, Ministry of Agriculture. Okay, your information here, your ID card here, you sign for it. You have to use this vehicle while you are serving as the Minister of Agriculture. When your time is over, you turn the vehicle over. Now, at the end of the day, when you check your inventory, when you check your fleet management records, and it is established that John Brown did not return his vehicle he was assigned to in the government, then you can mark that vehicle as a missing property. And that missing property, you're not going to go Maryland, you go Nima, you go Sano. No. There was an individual who that property was assigned to. Minister John Brown All you need to do, go back to the files and look at John Brown. Go to the court. The court would now give this the asset recovery committee or whatever situation a search warrant or whatever arrest warrant to go in search of the man who was last seen with the government properties. When somebody lost in the community election, the late child lost. When they do the announcement, what they can say, he was last seen wearing blue t-shirt. He was last seen at Freedom Radio Liberia. So it means the last place we see the man I play was starting the investigation from. Who was the last person to be in charge of that Toyota Hilux? Who was the last person in charge of the Toyota 4Runner? Who was the last person in charge of the Mitsubishi? That person is Minister J. Wablo. So the asset recovery team will call Mr. J. Wablo and say, look, my man, we are told, we are aware based on the records in our position, not based on the sale, and not based on the main feelings that he took from campaign, and not based on the anger and transfer aggression he still has within the heart for people who do not support a political party. He will be quoting a particular inventory note based on the record before us. It is proving that you are in possession of a vehicle license plate XYZ so and so brand that were assigned to you so and so date and was never turned over during the transitional period. Can you tell us where is that vehicle? Because there is no record to show that you turned that vehicle over to the GSA. Now, if Minister J. Wablo is unable to tell the asset recovery team anything sound, perhaps he's acting cheeky, perhaps he's not cooperating, perhaps he's not giving any information that can locate where that property is, then you go to the court. When you go to the court, you can either pray the court to issue you a search warrant. You can pray the court to issue you a writ of arrest to go and have Minister J. Wablo arrested, because your records show that he is the last person who was seen with that particular government asset. It is with that record, you're not going to pass around the Vamuma, this and that. You're going to go straight to wherever you can find J. Wablo. In fact, a court order is out. So I mean, he's already arrested. By that, you can even pray the court for near as a Republican that you will not be able to leave the country. You can even pray for that, from the court as well. So that man will be roaming around the place. He will be left with no other option but to submit himself to your team. That's how you do it. You use the law. You use the procedures. As prescribed by the law. You follow the entire process. But to go want some money and go to Vamuma, private car passing, to the point where you saw people exhibiting the higher level of ignorance. Who told your government can buy used car? Asset recovery team, who told your government can buy used car, used vehicles? Who told you say the accident car that can come in America, the used vehicle? Who told you government can buy used vehicles? People got a 4Runner, use Nissan Murano there, the passing around way. You stopping them and asking them, hey, they car for you, this and that. When you do that, you are behaving like a toddler. You're behaving like an amateur. That's immature with a proceeding. For you to look for stolen asset, you should have a record of the asset that was stolen. Do you go looking for something that is not lost? You should have a record to show that we are in search of 450 pieces of vehicles that, based on the records before the GSA, were not turned over by the previous government officials. These are the vehicles we're going to look for. And you're not going to be looking for a vehicle in the street like one grown-up boy who run away from a mine power horse. You're going to be looking for a vehicle like one Zogo who just passing around. You're going to use an inventory record. That record is going to trace the individuals who were last seen with those vehicles. Oh, okay, the blue Jeep was assigned to Minister Darius Williams from the Ministry of Labor. Minister Williams, there is no record to show that you returned the Jeep after your WIA administration, expired. Where is the government property? If Williams can say anything, you go to the court, you go get your search warrant, you go get your writ of arrest, you go get your near asset Republican, the one that will ban him from leaving the country. You get everything, you bundle up together. The airport got record on it. Anywhere to see the man, the bundle the man up, you come, man, you tell her where our car. Because there is a record to show. So if that minister sold the car somewhere, he will be able to tell you who he sold the car to. That one, in a long thing, you gotta go stop traffic to Vamuma to do it. That former minister will tell you If he upgraded the car for a personal use, he will tell you because he's under arrest. The records are clear to show that he did not return the car in the stipulated period that he was supposed to return it during the transitional period. That's how people who at least said to go to school, people who said to know about government, that's how they are supposed to behave. But the way Robert Wilson started behaving yesterday, David yesterday, Emmanuel Gonko, then taking the whole rebel attitude, you do it. Look, you don't run the country that way. You don't do it. Now, see the kind of embarrassment they've brought upon themselves. The Supreme Court of Liberia has issued, as prayed for by Madam Finda Bondo, the Supreme Court of Liberia was able to grant a writ of prohibition against the process. You know what I mean? I say, y'all stop that thing what you're doing until you can come to us, to our conference, and let's ask y'all how you're proceeding, how you're doing the thing, because people are complaining. Private citizens are complaining. You walk up to somebody, you don't even know the source of the vehicle. There's a guy. I mean, he's one of the chief executive officers of one of the NGOs in the country. The guy was in his nice vehicle. The bond of the man. That man got no dealing with politics at all. He has no political alignment. Oh man, well, how you driving the car? How you using the car? No, that's not how you love a government asset. Every single property that the government of Liberia can buy in this country, those properties can be documented by the General Service Agency, the GSA. When GSA ready to assign the vehicles, they can code the vehicle. You got GSA, then they say stroke. When the Ministry of Agriculture, they put MOA. That vehicle number becomes the fleet number. So GSA, stroke, MOA, stroke, then they say either 023, pick up, they want that one. I mean, they got a code. Now, whoever going to be receiving that vehicle brand new from the government, that person will sign, and that vehicle is attached to that person as the government caretaker owner of that vehicle. When your time is over in government, you're no longer serviceable to the Liberian government, you are under moral obligation, constitutional obligation to return that property back to the Liberian government. If the record shows that you did not turn it over, then automatically you are a suspect of government missing asset. Then what do? The inventory record. Robert Wilson, take that whole book, that file, take the file, and open it. Let go and you look through it. There are names of individuals who sign for government cars. Do I support individuals taking government cars to modify and make it their personal cars? No. Do I support individuals selling government cars for profiteering? I do not support it. In fact, we want individuals who are in possession of government vehicles to turn it over. In as much as that vehicle was for you to use while serving in government, when you're leaving government, turn the people's car over. You are not the owner. The owner of the vehicle is the Liberian government. There are ways in which you can purchase government asset. When government ready to auction, when the car has depreciated in value, government ready to auction, there are forms and manner in which those things are done. In as much as you did not pass through the processes to attain that vehicle and you want to take it all by yourself, you refuse to submit to submit to the transitional team, you refuse to submit to GSA. In as much as you are in charge of that property, you are supposed to turn it over. But the process of to turn those vehicles over or those properties over should not be done from a rebel perspective. That's what Emmanuel Gonko and Robert Wilson doing. You have a whole record. You have a record to guide you. You're embarrassing the entire government. So as a result of your immaturity, as a result of how irresponsible you've been, in the discharge of your responsibilities at the level of the asset recovery, come and see what the Supreme Court was able to write. Just today, March 28, 2024. This is what the Supreme Court wrote. This is what the Supreme Court wrote. It says Councillor N. Oswatwe, the Minister of Justice, Ministry of Justice, Republic of Liberia, 14th Street, Cinco, Morel, Liberia, blah, 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 blah. It said, dear Councillor, in reference to gracious right by and through the manager, Francis T. Blamo of the City of Monrovia petitioner versus the Asset Recovery Task Force headed by Councillor Edwin Clamartin, also of the City of Monrovia, respondent. The petition is for a writ of prohibition. It says, by directive of this honorable court, by directive of His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice presiding in chambers, you are hereby cited to a conference with His Honor on Monday, April 1, 2024, at the hour of 11 a.m. in connection with the above caption case. Meanwhile, you are ordered to release of all vehicles seized and stay all seizure pending the outcome of the conference. Kind regards, Councillor Sam Momolu, the Clerk, Supreme Court, Republic of Liberia. Now you see, so because you guys went to the extent of being irresponsible in the discharge of your function as members of the Asset Recovery Committee, a rate of prohibition was being prayed for by the Gracious Ride Transportation Company. Now you saw yellow taxis. You saw yellow taxis plying the streets of Monrovia. Somebody called you and told you those yellow taxis belong to Finabondo, the former chief of protocol to the former president of the Republic of Liberia. So because somebody told you those yellow taxis belong to Finabondo, and so automatically it meant to you that Finabondo stole government money to buy those taxis. That's the implication Emmanuel Gonkwa Robert Wilson were trying to push yesterday in Cinco. Now you went ahead without, and I repeat, without an adjudication of whatever case, because under our law, an individual is presumed innocent until proven guilty, not in your personal mind of hatred, not in your mind of emotional sentiments, but to say in a court of competent jurisdiction. They don't say when a man go to sleep, his stomach full, his stomach beat, like one of the asset recovery man's stomach, then Yahweh come and say, in my mind, you corrupt. That corruption money buy the car. No. That's not what the law says. The law says that individual who has been accused should have his day or her day in court. The charges brought against him or her should be read. He or she should have the ability, the opportunity, the chance to plead whether guilty or not. They should have access to their own attorney. They should have access to their lawyers and other things. They should be given their day in court to provide reason why they should not be held liable in accordance with what was brought up against them as charges. It is after that period of litigation, when that person is unable to convince the court beyond all reasonable doubt that the source of the funding for the procurement of those materials were not ill-gotten. If they are unable to prove beyond all reasonable doubt, then the court can reach a decision to say, look, my dear lady or my young man, the information you provided, to the owner of these properties are not sufficient enough, and this court is not convinced that you got it, freely, and the court is saying you are guilty. Even at that level, from a lower court level, you can go to the Supreme Court to file an appeal. If the Supreme Court look into the situation, the Supreme Court said, look, you know what? The lower court decision was right or the lower court decision was wrong, the court is going to opine. The Supreme Court will also give a ruling. That ruling cannot be challenged. It is the final arbiter of justice. It is at that level that the doctrine of beyond all reasonable doubt will be met. In that situation, if guilty verdict is handed down, that, hey, the source of the funding for these vehicles were ill-gotten based on evidence 1, evidence 2, evidence 3 that was submitted by the prosecuting counsel. And based on these, now, therefore, this court has found you guilty of embezzlement. It is that guilty verdict. Robert Wilson, put your stomach in good position and listen to it. It is that guilty verdict that you will hold in your hand. It will constitute your sufficient authority to go all over Morea and start seizing all the yellow taxes, because a court has opined that the source of the funding that bought the yellow taxes were gotten from ill-gotten sources. In the absence of that, to pass around and see cars passing around and you just go, you start grabbing it because you say the man were working with Joria, you're working with Ellen, you're working with Summer Doe, you're working with Taylor, that had got the money there, and start seizing it. When you do that, you're not behaving like a government official. You're behaving like a toddler, like a kid with no sense of reasoning. That's how you're behaving. You've embarrassed the entire government that you pride yourself to be so sophisticated. This is not, look, when you have a national assignment, don't do it with emotions. And that's why I keep telling a lot of people, some of the good plans your government said they got, the way and manner in which you will engage those plans will damage the intent of what you want to achieve. Come on, you're already in power. What are you watching? You blew this whole situation up. You got no in one of the audio, Gonga said we got intel. We got intel that the person who bought the vehicle, the person did. Your intel is not sufficient to seize. The Constitution is clear as to seizure. The Constitution is clear as to how an individual property can be searched and seized. Nobody is subjected to any illegal or authorized search and seizure of their property except a court in Liberia under the jurisdiction of the Republic of Liberia will authorize such a situation, and that should be done with a search warrant. In the absence of that, no jungle justice. We are not in the Unimo jail era. This is not the Lair Rebel model or LPC situation. We're not running the IMPFL and the MPFL situation in this country. This is a democratically elected era. And for those of you in the system, you should also know that you run a government and you are not running one boss cat institution. You're arresting people cars. Pastors, you can't see the main decent car. You know how much money Pentecostal churches can spend on a pastor? You get putting people down because they want that one. Come on. Government said that government suspected that her properties got stolen, which is bad. Nobody should steal government properties. Don't get me wrong. Nobody should steal any one property of the government. But when the government said my property missing, the government get the list. Like the government buy it, the government get a list or all the property were missing. All you need to do as a recovery, go to GSA and say, look, GSA, man, bro. Come on, you still here with LEC. You still doing some work with LEC. I mean, you stay in our government. You are still reachable. Come here. Come and explain the 10 or no to us. Tell me how many vehicles you took. When President Wiyaki, how many vehicles you took from Ellie? How many vehicles you have made by? How many vehicles you're expected to be turned over by previous government? Let know how many vehicles were turned over. Let know how many vehicles outstanding. That will constitute your rough work. It is on the basis of that data that you start going after suspected individual. That one, you're not guessing again. That one, you're just running anywhere to go and grab a man and say, you can't. But the thing you did to Gracious Right, if I had a chance to advise Finda Bondo, I will be filing a lawsuit against the asset recovery team, by extension the Republic of Liberia, for damaging the image of my business. You know why? Somebody can just work out one money and look at the cars and say, you know what, these cars, these cars and they buy with our government money. The person can choose to damage it. The person can choose to say, look, you know what? I will not ride the car again because I believe that our country money to use to buy the car. I will not ride. I will not patronize it. You've damaged that woman's business. If I were in the shoes of Madam Bono, the company will sue the Liberian government for damages. You pay good money and I take the money and put it in different business. See, they ain't got sense. Since they are not guided, they act like they did not go to school. Let them be the reason why the government will pay sufficient money. For nonsense. Because the pattern is very simple. Before you make an arrest of anybody's property in that situation, you are already the asset recovery team. You got all the authority. What are you scared of? Where you further again? You have the authority. The court is here. The sheriffs are here. See, you say you got intel. Good. Look, in fighting crime and lifestyle and fellow Liberians, the highest thing you can fight for in fighting crime is intel. To get intelligence information in fighting crime is the most difficult one. By the time you get intel, the case over. Because that intel will lead you to all of the different places you're going to be tracking. Will tell you where the man can go. Where the woman can go, do that one. Your whole intel will break it down. So the pick up that person is easy. You already got the intel. If the intel is so strong to prove something, go to the court. When you go to the court and look, nobody will see court search warrant and still argue. But you go back to the area, people have to see the transport ministry doing inspection. Yeah, that's how the people feel. Transport ministry doing inspection. So the man goes slow down and say, you park. Look at the other pastor, ask the man, how you get a car? The man's like, come on.
What sense does that
I bought a car. Hello. You show, let's see the VIN number. Let's see come on.
Isn't that discrimination to a greater extent? Because you're looking at somebody.
That's harassment.
That person is unable to purchase a car.
Good. In addition to discrimination, that is also social harassment. to look in the face of somebody and say, oh, you so to the extent where they are even asking used car owners, who told you government can buy used cars? And now your government sent to go retrieve. So like you're in the street, you do not know what you're retrieving.
You don't know why you are there.
You don't even know why you're in the street.
You don't know.
When we say these things, people say that politics. No. Before you go criticizing, before you start to spew out your subjective criticism of our analysis, think about this. Government is contemplating on retrieving our asset. That's not a bad thing. Nobody must steal government car, and I support it.
That is commendable to retrieve.
In fact, I want to commend the Braga administration for doing so.
property.
But to do it, you got to do it in line with the laws. Don't do it like rebel. You see the Supreme Court finna calling you now. Up there you go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will be asking you, on what basis did you seize Glacier Ride from operating? You stop over 7 of our vehicles from doing their normal business. Do you know how much they should have earned on that day?
To be sued though, because people lost money yesterday.
Apart from how much money, the vehicles would have reported to the company.
Mhm.
You also have a situation wherein you've damaged the brand of the business. Look, when somebody look at you say, they crow what you're wearing, that government money you used to buy it. Do you know how many human beings in the country can eat a day? Do you know how many human beings suffering in the country that carrying got school fee? Now, when you look at somebody and say, they shoe you see on the man for that the government money you used to buy it. Do you know the stigma associated with it? Do you know that person's life is in danger because the man who has yet to eat in 4 days, could you look at the man with the shoe on 4 and then kick the man, start punching, move on here? That because of y'all, we hungry in the town. You've made the business vulnerable. That's what you've done to Glacier Ride. If you're not a lawyer, let her find one. It's unfortunate that the country will be the one to pay. But next time, when the country want to find people to go do work on her behalf, the country will send people who are responsible and people who will not take their emotions to the job.
That's where my next point was. You don't use your emotions, to get at people. No, especially when this is something about the country. You don't do that.
Oh yeah.
If you do it, it simply means you don't have sense to a greater extent.
You are not.
You're not responsible.
Don't take your emotions to the job. Don't do it. Okay, man, Gonga said, look, campaign has ended. When you're in campaign mood, you come out. The first one happened to you. But see the nonsense, right? Day one, you went on the road and you started doing asset recovery. In and now you can do asset recovery. In and now you lead the street. So man wants do profiteering. How many borders are in the country? The borders in the country are porous. Exactly. They're not even secure. I bet you Sunday you will not do asset recovery. If I Saturday you can be on the road. In the now you can be on the road. So in the now they borrow join the car in the now with a private plate. Go Pung Balikan in Maryland and cross. They can go to Nyanyanke in River G and cross. He can go to Toastan in Grand Gila and cross. He can go to Lokatuo in Nimba and cross. The man can cross and Raka in Aragos. The man go in Arago, the Burkina Faso man in Arago. The man will change the whole car, all sat down the tinted, the respray, the get man money, man will come out and buy every car in Liberia inside using it. He will buy in front of you. Because you're not the car you're looking for. Use your hair when you are appointed. Use your senses. Stop using your emotional, feelings. You've embarrassed the country. Now the Supreme Court has issued a stay order on your nonsense. You think Mr. Bwaka is proud of you? You think President Bwaka is proud of the job you've done? You think it is a good sign that you are in the middle of discharging a particular national responsibility and a stay order is issued from the Supreme Court? Look, the Supreme Court wouldn't have honored that stay order had the prayer for seeking that prohibition, had that prayer, not be inclusive of 2-minute substance. The reason why the Supreme Court was able to honor that prohibition was because the issues raised, to some extent, has some merits in it. There are instances where people can go pray the Supreme Court to issue prohibition issue. Supreme Court look at it and say, man, that's not sufficient. Let me continue. An example is the Brandon Somoka versus the same Emmanuel Gongwade, EFFL. They say, Brandon Somoka should not contest because the lower court say he was guilty of, how you call it thing?
The money,
Every money and thing.
the money
Supreme Court said no. That man came to us. He took an appeal. So under the law, when we are done with the hearing, when we are done, ruling in the situation as the final arbiter of justice, that's when he will be the criminal that you think he is. But in as much as he took an appeal to the Supreme Court, he is not a criminal. So his rights are still with him. Until this court can issue statement, he is still entitled to his opinion. So that prohibition, that whole issue they wanted the Supreme Court to add on, the court did not add on it because the substances that were contained in whatever they were praying for were not enough. Now, the mere fact that the court was able to tell you, say, put a heart to that crazy, what are you doing? I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing what the court said. I mean, that's the court did not include craziness in their stuff. But I mean, from a layman understanding, the court is like saying that your power drunk thing while you on, hold yourself small, slow down small. I think you say rest your body. Especially what I was saying. Rest your body. Yeah, the court is saying rest your body. Now, do you think Mr. Bwaka is going to be proud of the kind of job you do? Do you think President Bwaka is going to be, happy with the level of disgrace and public condemnation you brought to the process? You've politicized the whole situation. That's what you've done. If your intel was so strong that Finabono got money to do this, that is nothing bad. Your intel is your intel. What you do, you go through the legal process. You go through the real process that will not create a situation. Oh, okay, you suspecting that she will, when you suspect her, she do list her. So you have her listed, right? When you suspect anybody of being in possession of stolen government to do that, you list the person as individual of interest. You run into the person to go do it, you go to the court. You go to the court. In fact, people are still questioning the legality surrounding the formation of that whole recovery team. People are of the opinion that the LSCC is supposed to be the one to be in charge of it. However, the case is the president is the president. The president can set up ad hoc committees to function on his behalf, which is not anything that we should debate. But in that situation, you use the existing statutory institutions. The court in this situation is the most appropriate unit to use. Go to the court and get a search warrant. Go to the court and get an arrest warrant. Go to the court and get the one that will place travel restriction on a particular individual of interest. In that situation, that person will be acting in line with the law. They'll be acting in line with the law. They'll be on an obligation. One guy told me the message, if I'm in that position, I get my private car, you park me. The first thing, it is optional that I park. Once I show you my driver license, I show you my insurance, I show you the vehicle, everything, this and that, and I know that I bought a car from a used car dealer or from the scrap garage, and I try to manage it, this, in as much as it is not government vehicle. One guy said, you do that thing to me, you stay from my car, I walk on you. Yeah, I walk on you. And so that's how terrible it is. But we'll take this quick break. Alexa, we'll take this quick break. We'll take calls. We'll take some 6-7 calls. Then we'll get ready for Honorable Muka Kamara, the lawmaker from District Number 14. Let's take this break to be right back.
From the center to interior, Crown Star, keeping us safe, coming down for all of our Crown Star. The people bringing safety to your door, Crown Star. Stopping crime and make a peace for them before, Crown Star. For Liberia, from the center to interior, Crown Star, keeping us safe, coming down for all of our.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sensaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, coming down for all of our. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, stopping crime for all of our.
You see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Sensaya.
Crime Stopper, the bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Kai Alexa is here, and we are clear on this issue. When you are assigned to execute a function for the government, you do it in line with the law. You don't do it like one Unimoke rebel. You don't do it like LPC rebel. You do it in line with the law. Now you see what the Supreme Court has done. They've placed a stay order on the process because folks went there with emotions instead of going there with professionalism. We take few calls. Our guest is already here. The Honorable Representative Muka Kamara is here, the man who replaced AVC. He's in studio. Let's take a few calls, then we come back to our guest. This first question, but the numbers are 86500-104-776, 104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation. All of the lines are ringing. We'll just take 7 calls and be gone. This first question, okay. This first question, go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute. Let's hear you, sir. Hello.
For me now.
Yeah. You're live. Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you. Anyway, hello, Alexa. This is Rodney Jha from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Rodney from the U.S. Go ahead quickly.
Yeah. So I just want to say, man, Liberians, these people, they want to mess up the country, the development that the former president was carrying on. They want to mess it up. They got to know when protests start. These are the things that they are going to go for to mess it up. I've never seen in this modern day and age for a government that said it came for change to make everything better than what it was before, to be so irresponsible.
Okay.
And the president I'm saying it's just so irresponsible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's leave you and take another person from the U.S. This person quickly. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. This is Wilton Keller from Connecticut.
Welcome. Let's hear you, Chief. Go ahead.
Yo, Oliver, you see, I like when you try to be politically correct. Those guys are not on the street doing their own thing. It's directed directly from the president.
Mm-hmm.
The president had a meeting with them and told them to do exactly what you saw them doing in Moreover yesterday. So Joseph Waka is you can't excuse him from this process. This is complete witch hunt. You understand? This man is not there to unite our country. After the PS election that happened in the country, that brought division in the country straight to the middle, he's there to further divide the country. And it's dangerous. You're calling for what it is. He has to stop.
Okay.
He has to stop.
He has
to be able to receive assets from people that you assume stole it. You have to go through the court. You got to do investigation first. You got to get probable cause to go to the court to get search warrant.
You got to get the search warrant. Thank you very much. We'll take the other person. Go ahead quickly. No time.
Good afternoon, KOK. Good afternoon, Elisa, and good afternoon to the Liberian people.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
KOK, thank you very much for the topic on the discussion. You have said it all. My name is Lee T. Gibson. I'm joining the conversation from Morocco.
Morocco, go ahead, Lee.
KOK, this is not what we expected from the quote-unquote experienced government. That we come to power and start to chase people individually. This is not anything that we should be praising around here. It should be condemned.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. It should be condemned. That's what you said. This other person quickly. No time. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon. Okay. Good afternoon, my dear sister Ilesa.
Go ahead, Robert.
I'm Robert Bakoyako. Thank you for giving me the opportunity this afternoon, my brother. But I don't want you, KOK, to say that the president is not happy. The president is witch hunting the former president George W. all his government officials. If you see these boys behaving the January group, it's not straight. It is Joseph Newman Baka, the president, doing that. His order. These boys are going back.
Okay.
If we tell them you don't do it, they will not do it. But he's the one that's doing it. So okay, don't be saying it may not happen. It happen. If you want to, let me tell you before I can leave the land. It shouldn't be surprising to you. Why former president George W. will be driving, then they will pretend to get from out of the car. Seriously, I'm telling you something.
Yeah.
This guy, the mini person, the targeting, you didn't even know.
I don't say it can happen.
I'm trying to take.
I don't say it can happen, my brother. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, President.
Good evening, Chief. Quickly, no time. We'll take 3 more after you.
Yeah, so this is Isaac Wilson, first to be son of KOK, and I joined the conversation this afternoon for letter district number 14.
Your lawmaker, yeah, go ahead quickly.
We'll get to that conversation about it. But right now, well, this conversation we are on, when people take easy and hit to that job site is what we see is they are deriving to some of these points. Some of these people have personal hate and injuries of people like Sinabono. You look at the many rival racing with that. My uncle told me people with big work and get small sense. Rival racing just give me the practical example of what my uncle told me. So people like that.
No. In all big God people not get sense. I disagree with you. Thank you very much. Thank you. How you say all the big God people not get sense? No, I mean I disagree with that theory. Okay, I disagree. Let's have 4 more. Yeah, just 4 we gotta go. Yeah, just 4 we gotta go. Tiverson got big stomach. He has sense. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, there's Emmanuel David calling from Brooklyn,
Ohio, go ahead, Davis.
Okay. Don't be surprised that you see the guy will be moving from community to community, take people from the houses and say that government money. And don't also be surprised too that you will see then if you dress up well with your coaching and things on your neck, they will say that government money. Like the other guy with a big guy yesterday, he want to go buy fish. So he tell all the money he got from the mission yesterday, why you used to buy fish with? That's what they try to say.
I don't know about that.
So if you work in government, you can't do any extension of business or something to earn money on the other side.
Okay. Thank you.
So Liberia is going nowhere. The country finished for 6 years from now.
No, we pray the country will not finish. This person, go ahead quickly. No time. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon to my brothers and sisters. I don't know, man. Are they taking Liberia to be a lawless state or what?
You didn't call your name.
We cannot examine the president for this decision because he knows about it. He did not place a call to stop those guys from the street. And now there's something that he does not know about. We need to stop these, man. These kind of craziness, in Liberia.
Okay, we need to stop all the craziness in your opinion. This person, go ahead quickly. No time.
Hi, good evening, good afternoon. How you doing, sir?
We're good. Amos Morris, you joined us from the U.S. Where in the U.S.?
I'm in Richmond, Virginia this time around. And let me just say this. What happened yesterday? I'm not talking about Pinabolo car, but Patrick Sulu of all pricing. Was he in our car yesterday?
No. I don't know. The only thing I saw was Patrick Sulu display documents.
Right, even the driver that was in our car. If I was driving that car yesterday, today was going to do that because I can say he will be.
2 wrong cannot make it right.
Let me be on. No, because that's what he got won. Let me tell you, this election that just held in Liberia, where I partake in, family members told me in my face that Amos, we know you support President Weah, but this time around where our country is heading, we will go for Fudusa Human Parker. Because of that, I neglected my right. I waived my right to allow my family members to go the way they wanted to go. I never partaken in the second round of the election because, first of all, family members pressure on me.
Okay.
When we can't vote for Joseph Human Parker, and we see what happened in Kema. Now, you coming after people, and you don't know the procedure to go after them. Now be careful, man. The worst is about to happen.
Okay, we pray that we'll not reach to that level where the worst will happen. And so that's all we can do. That's all we can do. The time is exactly 9 minutes past 5 o'clock in the nation's capital and across the country. We take this last exceptional caller. Go ahead, you're the last person.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is my sister. I'm calling for the ticket party headquarters in Concord Town.
Okay,
let me say thank you for the top that you Alexa.
They got plenty party headquarters in Congo Town.
Okay. What they said, big what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
They said the party. You talking about chicken basket party headquarters, yeah? I'm talking about the big party headquarters. City say what kind of party headquarters?
Okay.
What the plan you for?
Okay, go ahead.
So to the issue, my son, let me say this. Don't go Jimmy that came to power say they win election and they save 40 people in this country. It's wrong. They need to stop what they're doing. If you know they make every car that belongs to the government, go to the local authority. You understand? To acquire the document. What making to carry that car? Want to get in the street and start embarrassing people in the street, taking lessons and telling people they store car, they do this, when they do that one. It was Mama doing it. People still know everything in government. When it comes to going to ask them, say they're not going to school. I know they put problem in this country. I know they want to bring problem in the country. Who also problem? Okay, I want to tell the people that men are doing that thing. Somebody car, in a car yesterday, it happened. So I will walk on your phone. I will break your 2 legs on you. And I go to court, I was talking. Yesterday, it was Roma doing it.
Masi is talking so.
What a minute, bro. And quiet for the people. The document is saying, when my about to go yesterday, it's talking about the so female. And it was Roma doing it, but spoiling out my counsel. If asking about it, I'll take it to the court.
Okay.
I'll take it to the court.
Thank you.
I'm going to document everything that you ate your neck. She got the work for element to got document for your car. The brand get the car for your car. You bought a car. You bought a car for yourself. What was tell to get up for the car? And buy the bank hour. Tell her hours when I'll send a put to law. Let you come and pay. For that's my repetition. I'm criminal. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. Sissy, we leave you. We take this break to be right back.
Keep it. My part to report. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's coming down for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's coming down for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-omen, Sensei.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's coming down for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kai. Alexa is also in studio. We have as our guest the Honorable Kekula Muka Kamara. Muka Kamara got elected on the 10th of October 2023, defeating Honorable Ibrahim Vamuya Kone of District number 14. He got inducted into office on the 15th of January 2024. He formed part of the majority bloc that had Speaker Jonathan Funati Kofa elected as the Speaker of the 55th Legislature. Muka has come to tell the people of District 14 what is on his mind. What has he done so far since becoming their lawmaker? What has changed since he replaced Honorable Ibrahim Vamuya Kone? And so if you're there in Samanima, those of you in Pijo Garage, Abuja community, Petit Town, those in Watusi, where Muka is from, Do community, Claratown, what is this place? Alexa, right by the football field, Jonah Allen. If you're in those places, your lawmaker is here, and we want to inform you that at the appropriate time you will call to be a part of the conversation. Honorable, it is our honor to welcome you to Freedom Radio Liberia. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Thank you for the opportunity given us to be here this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And let me say to the people of District number 14 and people of Liberia that we have come to speak to our people, talk to them on our program that has to do with the district, and since we took office, what we've been able to do and what we intend to do for them.
Okay. And what you intend to do for them now? So let's look at the first month in the legislature. I mean, just as an individual, your whole life is with your shipping and clearing, firm at the port. You with the Momomuka gas station. That gasoline you know how to sell, and clearing people continue. How was it at the legislature? The first one, it's a strange environment. You find yourself in a totally strange place that you're not finding your way through.
it's not that way also. I always say to people, the best politicians in the world are the business people. So you want to do politics, or better you do business first, and then call about politics, then you can do better.
Okay.
So it is not just a strange era. It's something that we've been somehow, some way practicing before we really got there.
Okay.
Because even in your home, you are a leader. So you start to practice it from right there. And having been in the business cycle for over 25 years, it tells you that we have some ideas of leadership.
Okay.
And since we have been brought to leadership itself, we'll be able to practice that. And that is what we're doing. So, like we have entered the House of Parliament, the only thing that I see there that's so amazing is that the prestige, the respect, and so forth and so on. That in the business cycle or in your own private life you may not see. But when you are afforded the opportunity to serve in that capacity, you see a little bit bigger than what you have seen in terms of prestige and respect. And that is what we've been able to see at the Capitol. So it's not just a strange place that you may think it is.
Okay, it's not just a strange area. So, in other words, you've already adjusted to the environment.
Oh yes, we've been able to adjust with the system there, and since we entered the capital, we've been engaging our colleagues. We've been putting our platform. We've been on the floor making the Liberian people, not only the people of District 14, who afforded us the opportunity to be there, but for the Liberian people to showcase what we think that is good for our people, what is good for Liberia, and we've been in that land making sure that that is copied and copied well.
Okay, today is the 28th of March, 2024. On January 15, you got inducted. February 15 is 1 month. March 15, 2 months. So you've gone 2 months, a couple of days. Yeah. What can the people of District 14 boast of legislatively from the floor? What have you done? What has been your engagement on the floor on their behalf?
Thank you, Phil.
And before you answer that question, the man who you replaced was heavily criticized for not talking on the floor. I mean, he was heavily criticized. People say there were limited times where he would flag his finger, ask for the attention of the speaker to say something. Were you able to say something on the floor? That's what we want to know.
Oh, sure. We've been able to get on the floor, discuss, and say our mind.
Okay.
And in some of those conversations, we've been able to write plenary.
Okay.
Seeking.
So you've written plenary in less than 2 months.
Yes, we wrote several letters.
Okay.
Plenary. One of those letters speak to the health conditions of our country.
Okay.
Not only District 14, where we spoke about having 73 ambulances for the 73 electoral district of our country.
Okay.
Because it may interest you to know we in Monserrado, where the government is sitting. Right in Monserrado, health issues is a difficult thing. When somebody or even a pregnant woman get in pain even in our district number 14, to just get them to the next health facility is an issue.
Okay.
So how will you think about now the leeward country? What will it be? So we deem it necessary that for us to be able to curtail some of those issues that lead to death of our people, if they are given the opportunity, if the chances is there to get them at the necessary health facility, these things will not happen just like that.
So you requested, you wrote your colleagues.
We wrote plenary asking the indulgence to make sure that budgetary allocation be made for 73
ambulances to each of the 73 districts across the country. Okay.
Yes, so it's worth something to do for our people. And I think it was some of the reason why we have been given the opportunity to go there.
Okay.
To make sure to see some of those challenges that our people face, the country at large, to push for it, and so that these things will be remedied to some extent.
Okay. Away from the ambulances, were there other issues? We're talking 2 months, some days. Some of your colleagues, we may not mention, were unable to do a communication. You've done one. Were you able to do something else?
No, it's not only one we did.
Okay.
We also wrote a communication seeking the indulgence of plenary to when we got in office,
Mhm.
since we got in office, it just this month we started to receive salary. We wrote a communication that says early pay system for employees of the House of Legislature.
Okay, LPA system.
Early pay system. So, and that early pay system that we talk about, in actual sense, it helps to make our staff force, the work, the people who do our bulk of our work,
Mhm.
to be able to get what they're supposed to get on time, so that it will not live in what we call loom, or what the system they call it, book or whatsoever you call it.
Okay.
So that people will just their salaries and rest of it will just remain in transportation from home to work, and before the month end, the money is already finished. So we wrote plenary and asking plenary to seek the attention to that, so that we get early pay system where staffers of the legislature will be able to get their pay on time, so that it help them to do what we wanted to do.
I mean, so somebody could think that this is advocating for yourself, because when your staffers are paid on time, it means you're also paid on time. I mean, they would have thought that you will rather go for the bigger picture that will affect the vast majority of the people, unlike 103 of you up Capitol Hill with your staff.
Because for the lawmaker, the pay issue is not an issue. Definitely, it is clear, and that lawmaker will have salary no matter what.
Mhm.
But the lawmaker will not just be like the staff.
Okay.
We are not in the same category.
Okay.
We can be able to manage for 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks,
Mhm.
but it is not in the case of the
So
staffers.
your communication was exclusively for the staff.
For the staffers, yeah,
Okay.
for the employees of the legislature,
Okay.
right? The
Uh-huh.
House of Representatives,
Mhm.
for all of them.
Mhm.
So when that happens, it helps them to save something out of their salary.
Okay.
But can you imagine somebody expecting money to come at the end of the month, and they cannot get that money, so they gotta go and take loan. How much are they making? They will take loan on 500,
Okay.
on 600,
Mhm.
on 700, on 800. When they take loan on that, automatically, what they're going to achieve in that, they cannot achieve anything. So if the early pay system is introduced,
Mhm.
where if you're supposed to get $1, you get it on time, it helps you to save, it helps you to organize yourself, plan yourself as to how you spend that money.
Okay, so to do these communications is one thing. The next thing is to do the follow up and ensure that what you are anticipating will be actualized. What is the status of those two communications that you've written?
It's not only two, but I will just tell you when communication is put on the flow,
Mhm.
and it is assigned to a committee.
Okay.
Go to committee room.
Are you making follow up?
It is time land giving it.
Okay.
So that committee can be able to report
Mhm.
on those communications that have been made.
Okay.
So they are in committee room, and for the fact that the budget have just come and the president have just recalled the lawmakers, will be going back to look at the budget, and some of these things will be coming off of committee room. We'll be hearing from them.
Sometimes things will go to committee room and they will die there. They will die there naturally. As a lawmaker, especially a proponent of a particular, piece of work, sometimes you want to overly lobby, get deeply involved with the colleagues in the committee. Is that something you're doing, or you're leaving them with their conscience to do?
Oh, sure. The time given them, we follow them up with the time.
Okay.
Because time is allotted to all of those committees that receive those communications to make sure on time they report. If they don't report, we make follow up even in their committee room, and we also do follow up in plenary.
Okay.
When they are not the day that they set,
Mhm.
and we aggregate that and make the speaker to know that this committee are defaulting on what were being agreed upon in plenary.
Mhm.
So, and questions have been placed to them, and they found another excuse to say, okay, it is at this time because for social follow reason, we will not be able to live at this time. But again, we do follow up to make sure that communication being placed on the floor and taken to committee room, come up from committee room,
Okay.
at least so that we will understand what are those things that were discussed and how is it.
Okay. How is it? Alexa will come in. You before responding to the second question, you were alerting me of a third communication that you might have done.
Yeah.
What is that one saying?
Yeah, the other communication, we were at Capitol,
Mhm.
and we heard this information from the Water and Sewer Managing Director.
Okay.
Huge complaint that there are people who owe the entity 7 million plus.
Okay.
And it is because of some of those reasons that they also owe their employees 2,000, 2 million, right? 2 million
in salaries.
In salaries.
Okay.
So we sent a communication also that we want to know who are those who owe the entity 7 million. When you and I know the issue of water in our country is a very serious issue.
Okay.
Everywhere there's a problem with water, right? So we wrote plenary.
So you doubted the information?
No, it is not that I'm doubting him.
Okay.
Right? But those who owe the entity that amount, they are not doing well for us.
Okay.
They are not doing well for Liberia.
Okay.
They should not be owing that kind of amount, right? We cry for water issues everywhere in Liberia.
Especially your district.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an issue.
Okay.
So we want to know who are those who owing that money and for what reason they are owing that money they cannot pay.
Okay.
So we send a communication on the floor, and again, the communication was sent to committee room to invite the managing director of water and sewer to give them reason why. What are those things happening and how? Who are those? So again, they will be reporting to us, and with those information, the reason why these things are happening and what can be done so that the issue of water can be put to rest to some extent.
Okay.
Okay, so we'd like to say welcome back. I remember, I think that was last year, basically, and you said you would have gotten back here as a representative, and I was a bit skeptical, but here you are, definitely a rep, and I would like to say congrats to you officially from Freedom Hub. But you said a lot of things why you were here the other day. And I remember when, back to back and forth with some of the things you talked about. You talked about capacity building while you were here. You talked about, empowering the folks in your district. And you talked about engagement with your people, because that's one of the problems, you will have citizens to have after, this person had gone over to them like, I want to be this. And when the person is, given the position or the power, they definitely disregard what, they had said previously. So I would like to know, it has been maybe a month or two since, you took office. I would like to know, how is it really with you when it comes to your plans to, have the young people in your district, as well as, the people in your district being empowered, as well as to build their capacities?
Thank you very much. Before we go to that questions, I will just talk briefly about the last letter. We wrote another communication that speaks to the educational system. We were informed that 500 instructors of our MCSS instructors were retired, but were never replaced.
Okay.
Right? And we have shortages of instructors in the various MCSS school system. So we also make plenary to understand that these things are issues that are so cardinal that we need to look at, because if we want to make this country better, I think we should take the educational sector very seriously.
Okay.
Because it's the only way that can help us to make our Liberia a better place. So we also did our communication, and those things have been in committee room looking at it, and we're making follow on them. And to your question, we said we were going to be accessible to our people. We're listening to them, we'll work with them. When we got in office, the first thing we started doing is making sure that we set up a team that visit the 8 major community and identify challenges there as to how we can get involved with them gradually.
Okay.
And they did it perfectly, and we gave them the chance to pull it into pen and paper.
Okay.
Meaning, when we say we want bridge, when we say we want town, when we say we want latrine, it should be defined as to what can make us to get a latrine or paved latrine.
Okay.
And we get them in a structure, well designed, and now we just concluded on that, on those challenges that our people face in the 8 major community. Now we want to write those things out of project, make it out of project proposal, and seek for the people, talk to people that we know that can help to deliver to our people. If not all of them, we try to get the picture of what really affecting our people in the district.
Okay.
Not necessarily that we're able to do all, but again, when we get ideas of what they are challenged with, and we start to go after it, in the 6th year, even if we're able to live on 2, 3, 4, that's going to be appreciated.
Okay.
Because for the fact that they have requested for it. It's a challenge to them. It's a good thing to do. The young people, like we started on them in affording them scholarship in a vocational institution in our district to be able to learn something. What we have started doing is to just improve on that. We were able to give a little over 800 students scholarship.
Okay.
In our vocational school. Now we try to pull it together to upgrade it to a better system that can take so many of our young people to be able to learn something and do something for themselves.
Okay. No. So when we quiz you as to what you've done within the space of 2 months, some days, you made us understand that you've written 3 communications to the floor. One is for the issue with water and sewer and whatever the state people owe them. The other one has to do with 73 ambulances for the 73 political district in the country. The third one has to do with early salary payment for the staffers at the legislature. And education, Now, folks in your district are kind of concerned. When you were contesting to be lawmaker, one of the reasons why they voted for you is because they think that Representative Kone, the former lawmaker, they didn't do a lot to have had the hospital reopened. He built that hospital through whatever latest or least money, whatever the situation is. It did not get open all through his first term, the second term. You went to work. All of you who campaigned against him last year made it a promise. So your people are listening. They would have thought that a part of the first 4 communication that you've written to the plenary, the hospital would have been inclusive. In this situation, where is the hospital?
Thank you. First of all, let me just correct you that it was not in our campaign message that we spoke about the clinic. But again, it's part of our plan. For the fact that it's a challenge, like we spoke about the ambulance.
It is something people complain about in the district.
So we know that it's a challenge. And in our time, we're looking at it. We already started talking about it, how we can get that plate open.
The budget is before you.
Yes. So as you have heard about the budget, you have seen the budget. A whole lot of challenges or lapses in there.
That's why it's before you for you to make the addition.
So we're going to look at it, and I think that there are going to be budgetary allocation for each district.
Okay.
I cannot speak to the amount, right? But I know that something going to be in the budget for each district, right? So the people, like the DDC, with the office of the lawmaker.
Is the DDC set up?
Yes.
Okay.
So with the office of the lawmaker, we'll make a decision about those challenges that we face. Which one do we attack from the list allotted of money in the budget? So we will make that decision when the time comes, right? But we're making the case for as to how much each district can be able to get in the budget, so that we look at some of our challenges and go after them.
So basically, you're talking about district development fund. Now, I mean that will be spread across the 73 districts. Yeah. Now, we are concerned about your personal advocacy for that structure because, mind you, your predecessor managed to build it, although it is in a very deplorable condition that will require maybe 360, degree refurbishing and so forth. But the Ministry of Health budget is going to go before you. I don't know if you are a member of the Ways, Means, and Finance Committee, but if not, you should have one of the lawmakers from Monserrato who is a member. Are you contemplating on ensuring that when the Ministry of Health budget is being discussed, so that this hospital that was built by government money can also be inclusive?
Oh, sure. We started making that case.
Okay.
To see reason why our clinic should be chapter in the budget.
Okay.
Right? And beyond that, we're not even sitting to just wait also on the budget. We have set up a team of engineers to look at the clinic, to let us know, to get our place functioning in terms of materials, bed, and so forth and so on, not just by the human capacity, but the equipment, things that are needed in there.
You set up a team
to look at them and be able to give a clear picture.
Do they have a time frame to report to you?
No, we have not reached that level yet.
Okay.
But we're looking at it. Since the budget is in front of, first of all, we're making sure to make sure that we pray that a big capital in the budget. When a capital in the budget, it means it's done, right? They will come and decide how to set it up, right? And these are things that we said when we were in opposition or when we were not a lawmaker. Before you do these things, the requisite people that are responsible to get it in the function, they must be within it so that it must just, not just going to be a structure. It must be a structure that is functionable.
Okay.
That is functioning. So that's why we said.
So you're knocking on the doors of the requisite authorities now.
Yes.
Okay.
To see, the first thing is the budget, right? To speak to the budget, that let this clinic be captured in the budget. It is our interest, and it is so good for our people.
Are you getting signals?
Well, like I said, the budget is just been brought to the legislature. They just dropped copy to each lawmaker office, and we're looking at it, and we're going to be making our points to the Ways and Means Finance Committee. I'm not part of that committee, but again, for the fact that I'm a member of the House, and it made me part of it because they asked for my opinion.
Okay.
And I will make my opinion with her. Make it known to them that it's important. Our people need it, and we ask them so that they can get it included in the Ministry of Health budget.
Okay. Now, Alexa just congratulated you on your victory. And it was a good one from her, reminding us that you made that commitment that you would have won, and you already won. Did you go back to the people when you won the elections? Did you appreciate them? Did you have community, engagement? Did you go to them to say, look, Samanima, you voted for me, thank you. Do community Watusi, thank you. Did you do that?
Thank you very much. We started on that very long time since we won election. And the thank you program.
The people listening, they will call.
Oh yes. Okay. I'm on record. I don't make a story. We started the thank you program, and our thank you program is even beyond a year.
Okay.
I was in OKFN I think 1 week ago. I was still telling them thank you. When we won the election, some of those churches and mosques that we visited, we started immediately visiting them, telling them thank you.
Okay.
Right? And the process is on. We have visited about 6, 7, almost like 8 or 9 different areas. But the thank you program will not finish. The reason why we're not finished is that there was a whole lot that was said during the campaign period.
Okay.
And the people said, enough is enough. They voted us. So every time we meet them, we tell them thank you.
Okay.
We have set a bigger program by God's grace, May 14, that they're going to be a general one.
Before we reach to that May 14, which is the unification day in our country, the process you went to was heavily contested. I remember the night of the election, there were some altercations at the Door Community Junction. Your rival team from Honorable Conan, folks in the district went a loggerhead. Your supporters, their supporters, the district, to a greater extent, like all other districts, including the very country, is heavily divided. You won the elections. You are the head of the district at the moment. Reconciliation, what have you done?
The first thing we did, was to write the candidates that went against us.
You wrote them?
Yes, to a meeting.
Okay.
And
open letter or
open letter. We invited them.
No, I want you to get me. Did you write them personally? So, okay, candidate,
exactly
this person, and they got the letter.
Exactly.
Okay.
We wrote them individually. And thankfully, almost everybody came.
Almost everybody.
Almost, I would say, because there was no one person that contested that were not in that meeting. Because for the fact that they sent representation, they were there.
Okay, so
Right?
so those who could not attend in person, send representation.
Yes.
Did the former lawmaker attend in person, or did he send representation?
It was only him we did not see anybody from.
Okay.
We did not see him, neither representation from him.
So he did not attend, and there was no representative.
There was no representative.
How do you see that to be? I mean, this could be a blow to general reconciliation, because the both of you shared a greater portion of the population in the district, and this is concerning.
That just speaks to leadership.
Okay.
So you will know what leaders speak to. If you want to be a leader, you be a leader.
So he did not attend.
Are you going to reach out
did
to
you
him
do
further?
a follow-up to say, oh, my big brother, I called you first. I did not see you. You didn't send somebody. I'm so interested in us uniting as a district.
Oh, sure.
Did you reach out?
Yes.
Did you follow up?
Yes. Even now, we have just communicated to his office.
Okay.
We're having this program this coming Saturday, where we'll be having the first district sitting, the first district meeting.
We'll go to
So
it.
what was his response basically when you reached out to him firstly?
No, the fact the former chief of office staff rejected the letter.
Rejected the letter.
Yeah, that he could not take the letter to him.
So in these situations, I mean, it's not about the number of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
You got the number of the former lawmaker, his telephone number.
Yeah.
Have you bothered to text him? You know,
not texting. I've tried on 3 different occasions to call him.
Okay.
No answer.
The phone can ring.
Yeah.
Probably
you don't have my number. Whether I willingly did it or not, I don't know. But
so when you call and the person is not picking, you text to let them know, because sometimes you big people, you don't pick up strange numbers.
No, but sometimes too, we want to know who are those calling us. Sometimes it's important that you return calls.
So you are the one who's interested in the reconciliation. So
it should not just be me.
The burden is on your shoulders.
I agree,
because you are a leader.
I agree, but we went through a process, right? So it should concern all of us.
Okay.
It did not concern him while he was there, because I remember we also had that discussion with, people talking about how the district was heavily divided.
Yeah.
And one of the things you also talked about was, unity and reconciliation.
Exactly.
So now you're here.
Yeah.
I think one of the most important things we should be talking about is reaching out. And if you've reached out and then you've not gotten any response, I guess there are different ways to actually venture into having a fruitful conversation to have the district.
And we'll get to that. We'll get to that, right?
How long would that take?
We get to that. We just 2 months, some days or weeks.
It takes a day to a week, and then
we'll get to that, right? So since we started,
do you think he's still feeling hurt from the defeat?
Well, I don't know whether he's angry or not, but I think by now we should be over those things.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we went through a process, there was a whole lot that was said, and we even communicated to all of the candidates. And trust me, they came. We sat, we talked. It was the time of campaigning. That was the time.
Okay.
They have gone.
Did you get commitment from the rest of the candidates?
Yes, especially John Sylvester Ila.
Okay.
Right. He make me feel fun because he was not in that meeting. He sent representation. He did not stop there. He found time to come to the office and speak to me, and we talked.
Okay.
So he showed more willingness to work for the people of District 14, which I appreciate him for. Right. The other people came. We talked. We have conversation, and it was fine. And those things that happen in the campaign process, there are things that can come and go. It's just a matter of the time. So they have come and gone. Let us put our horses in order and make sure that we move in the best direction for our people. It is about the people now.
Okay. What is this meeting on Saturday? Alexa is going to come in later.
The meeting on Saturday is the first district sitting. We want to inform our people the first quarter what we've been able to do. Give them insight.
You think you starting? You were you in it?
No. The issue is, when the time is ripe for you to do something, just try to do them.
Because Liberians, especially you Liberian politicians, you're good at starting, on a good footing.
Oh yeah.
So every quarter you go and meet the people. You have a district city. At a certain point in time, the lawmakers can just say, you know what, let the district people sit down. I'll do my own thing.
No, for me, I'm not going to say let the district people sit down. I'm going to do my own thing.
Okay.
If for any reason I cannot be in that setting, the office must be there. The office must take charge.
Okay.
It is about the office.
So what are you going to be looking at in this first sitting?
The first sitting is that what we'll be able to do at the capital, and what we'll be able to do in the district, like I was explaining, looking at the 8 major community, visiting them and identifying the challenges that they face with, they express, and what we'll be able to do is we have sketched them up and we're trying to make them out of project so that we seek support so that whatsoever that happened there, they know exactly how it happened.
Okay.
These are things that have never happened. We try to do them now.
So it is Saturday. Saturday should be a day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have you done circulars? Are the folks aware that you are having a district sitting?
We have communicated to the district.
Okay.
Stakeholders of the district are informed that we're having the first sitting, and even we'll be commissioning the DDC, right?
The District Development Committee.
Council. Yeah, we'll be commissioning them, right? So let the people know that we are willing to work with the district, and the district themselves, they are aware that yes, we're willing to work there, and they're willing to work with us. So we're going to do that after setting on the DDC. With these projects that we talk about, we're going to find one DDC account. When we go to seek for support for the district, whatsoever that comes from there, not coming to me.
It's going to go to it's going to go to the DDC account.
It will go to the DDC account, and the DDC will make the decision as to how the community benefit.
2 insists here, if we cannot do any other thing, but those 2 major projects should be completed and it should be in use.
Okay, so your program on the 14th, after the DDC, event on Saturday, you're also talking about May 14th.
Yeah.
What is it? Then we can go to the lines.
May 14th, like I said, we started the thank you program.
Mhm.
And like I said, the thank you program will not finish even this year.
Okay.
We'll keep telling our people thank you as we are here. I'm saying it again
Mhm.
to the people of District 14.
Mhm.
Thank you for seeing me as your own. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And I owe it to the people of District 14. And I say it to all of the office staff that it is because of the people of District 14 we are where we are.
Okay.
It is their office. They are the one that give us jobs.
So how
we owe it to them.
How is the program going to be like?
The program probably we will have some merit making.
Okay.
Where we have sports,
Mhm.
program,
Mhm.
and just fun time. Tell our people.
So you're going to
thank
be
you.
celebrating the Unification Day with your people in the district to tell them thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned office staff. Some of your colleagues, the people made in lawmaker, they're not happy with it. They're not satisfied. They put a woman on the salary, their daughter there, their son there, their brother there. Who then you appointed?
For me, it's clear, right?
Mhm.
My office staff, people in Liberia will believe in tribal issues
Mhm.
in this country.
Mhm.
And one thing I don't believe in, I believe in what you stand for, what you can do.
Okay.
It must be from whatsoever tribe is not important to me.
Mhm.
It's you believing me,
Mhm.
believing in me,
Mhm.
and I believing in you,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
The office is given to the people from all walks of life in the district.
You got about 16 persons to employ.
Yeah.
Okay. From your COS down.
Yeah. I will name my COS.
Don't we have a Kamara there?
No.
Okay, Sidiki Kamara from.
No, we don't have Kamara.
Okay.
I'm the Une Kamara on that payroll.
Okay, no,
I'm the Une Kamara.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, I'm the Une Kamara. You can check it, right?
Mhm.
But I can name them here.
Go ahead.
We have Marco Dote person,
COS.
the COS.
Mhm.
We have Shafa Kane,
Mhm.
the research officer.
Okay.
We have Mamu Soni,
Mhm.
special assistant.
Okay.
We have administrative assistant, Bafi Kone.
Okay.
We have executive secretary, Mohamed Famule.
Mhm.
We have how do you call it? The receptionist,
Mhm.
David Wisse.
Okay.
And we have all the other guys there,
Okay.
right? But we don't have Kamara. I would even love to have Kamara. We have one Nesse bro.
Okay.
Change my name to Kamara.
I'll show. So being a Kamara does not mean you are my kinsman.
No, I'm talking about your direct Kamara.
No. I don't have nobody there.
No family member.
No family
you
member.
got,
there.
you got in the
No, the
office.
records is there for that. You can go
Okay.
and check it out.
Okay.
No direct family member.
So somebody is
there.
texting one Keto is
Keto,
okay.
Andrew Saketo.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a secretary.
Okay.
The second secretary.
Okay.
Right. So it's like that.
So basically, you didn't appoint any family relations directly.
No, I didn't appoint any family president. Beside that, I'm not in the business of sharing staff or pay. 2% take us or pay. No.
Who used to do it?
No, where these were things that were said.
I won't come to you.
No.
So you see that. So these are things that happened in the past, right?
Okay.
Everyone, what is there that is placed in the payroll for you is for you. Give you the opportunity to grow if you want to grow, right?
Okay.
The opportunity is with you. So if you take it serious, you grow and become somebody on your own.
Okay.
And make a peace for them before. Brown Star for Liberia. From the center to interior. Brown Star, keeping us safe, let's stop it for all of us.
Crown Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own Omen Samsaya.
Omen Samsung, the next senator of Monserrata County, is the proud sponsor of this platform. We go over to the lines. If you're there from Clarendon, Samanima, Do community, Pijo Garage, Abuja community, Watusi, where the lawmaker is living, call us and let's have your input here on 87.9. The lines are open. We just take few calls, then we go home. We are totally out of time on today's edition. Let's go over to the lines right now. 866-500-104. 086-500-104-0776, 104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation. If you're there, I'm here. 086-500-104-0776, 104-104 are the numbers to join the conversation right here on 87.9. Call us and let's have your input on the conversation. Very strange. Yeah, no, very, very, very strange. Is the network restored? Okay, yeah, let's go over to the lines and start taking this first person. Go ahead, 1 minute. Okay, we missed out on that person. Let's take this one. Hello, go ahead.
How are you?
We're great. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, it's my key man under my representative. But the only thing I want for you to do for me is to push my land on the retiree get their money.
The retiree from where?
From the way the retiree.
Okay.
We got our pay here for January to this March here.
Okay.
And we're not doing nothing.
Okay.
And the president was on the same payroll with us. When you were paying the retiree people.
Okay. So you're advocating for the pensioners. Thank you very much. Let's take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Kai.
Hello, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Escazor. I'm calling from Banyo.
Go ahead.
Mr. Kai. Yeah, Mr. Kai. I love Mr. Muka. When we bless Muka for the war, go allow the war. Like Mr. Muka takes step power. I improve one money go there. Allow the war, Mr. Muka.
No.
Allow the war, Mr. Muka. Allow blessing. Allow blessing. Allow me go for 2 days. Mr. Muka go for 2 days. Even when you are still trying to 14. Now I when there. The guys come up there with 3 parties.
Okay. We'll leave you right there. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Hi. Good evening.
Good evening. This should be Emmanuel Tosia. Go ahead quickly, Emmanuel.
Thank you, Kai. I'm Emmanuel M. Tupac Jr., CRC of the Interledger class of district number 14. Let me take good evening to the lawmaker here in Tolabrin following the show, especially the people of district number 14.
Quickly.
Well, Kai, let me appreciate this lawmaker for one fact that he's been busy engaging the people of district number 14. I never believe in his potency, but I think I should pay attention to it because some people like Michael Dipperson who are there, trying to stir the activities of his office. And I'm sure this is because of the ingenuity of Michael Dipperson, for which the lawmaker is actively engaging with the people of district number 14.
So we're activists. You wouldn't have engaged with the people? That's why you told me?
The lawmaker wouldn't have engaged with the people.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take the other person. Go ahead. 1 minute. Hello, sir. Let's hear you, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Yo-Yo Free and I call from Dixie, but I wanted to ask Mr. Muka, what is his dream on the whole or 12-room school that they make out of hospital?
Okay. Well, what is his input? 12-room school. Is it a district property or somebody's personal property?
That school was for somebody, I can say the district property.
No. It was somebody, and you can say, okay, so let's establish the ownership first. This person, go ahead, 1 minute.
Yeah, good evening. New representative, the still in the plastic, Muka Kamara. This is Dominic Waller, calling from Florida.
Dominic, go ahead. Let's hear you, Mr. Waller.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the new representative. That's why we were hoping for, because the previous one let us down. There is time we're discussing. Even Mavi Sodin that helping thousands of our children, Mavi Sodin today, in decades, cannot go to high school. So what I listen to, if they will come to fruition, they will help our children who do not have the means of going to private schools. And besides that, this committee that was set up, I don't know why you asking the youth for whatever the situation small or not there, but it doesn't matter. We don't want the right thing to be done for the district.
Okay.
So I help people we need to put our projects. So we'll go to the representative, we'll look at it later on and see whether he can help us.
Thank you, Wallo. We'll leave you right there. We'll take the other person. Go ahead quickly, no time.
That's other kind.
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening. This is Andrew S. Ketor.
You in the main office. What did you talk? Let's talk to the other person. You are in the main office. You're not talking something different. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you, sir.
Yes, good evening to my honorable Mr. Muka Kamara.
Good evening, Chief.
Yes, sir. I've not seen anything that you started here, but to appreciate you since you took office just few days. I must appreciate you, Mr. Kamara, for your going around the community, telling people thank you. You know, I learned football you when you passed there the last time. I was also to Longer Bridge. And the way you started, I believe you up for something. I want to appreciate you. May the Prince of Peace be with you and guide you. And
and protect you and give you wisdom.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. You are impressed with the way he's starting. You in the main office, you call. I will not tell you. I mean, your wife can testify against you in court. This person, go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, Oleo.
Good evening, my dear. Let's hear you.
My name is Peterson David. You're calling from Doe Community.
Peterson from Doe Community. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to salute the honorable in studio.
Okay.
I just want to inform the honorable because when he was giving a revelation, he never talked on our community, the community. I don't hear anything about our community.
Okay,
and
so
we're approaching the really city.
y'all having
So
meeting. The honorable said y'all having meeting on Saturday, so perhaps you'll go to the meeting and those issues will be raised.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. Let's talk to this other person. Go ahead quickly.
Yes, thank you, Councilor Kine. This is David Gallagher, and I am phoning from the headquarters of the Veterans Bureau on the Bagway Avenue.
And you in the lawmaker office too?
Councilor Kine, I want to commend the
Oh,
representative.
you will not answer my question.
Muka Kamara. This is the first of its kind since the formation of our district for district number 14 to be debating issues on the floor of the national legislature. It's very rare. So Kamara has come to redeem
the former lawmaker now use a debate issue?
No, not a day. We never even used to sleep in session. This man had never attended session on the Kamara. Let's say on the corner. Never wanted him to go to session. They never asked him all of the time. In fact, this is what you always to be asking out of session.
Okay.
But this lawmaker on the Kamara has come to make a change. So I want to say thank you on the Kamara for the change that you have brought to the national legislature.
Okay, Galaga. We said thank you very much. Thank you. We will leave you right there. Let's take this. We take two more, then we go home. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Good evening, Fenekan.
Good evening, Chief. Let's hear you, sir.
This is Isaac Wilson, professor because son of KOK, and I joined the conversation this evening from letter of district number 14. I want to commend my hardworking lawmaker for first day congratulating for his election. You know, some of us we did not support you on the basis that
I remember you supported Emmanuel Bonoti.
Exactly. Some of us we did not support you because CZ brought a failure to all in the past year. So we felt afraid of accepting another failure from the CDC. But you have proved some of us wrong. So I can rest assure you, and then I'm going to work with you and then support you over the years to come. But I have a few questions to ask you before leaving the
Wait, my man, no time.
Honorable, when it comes to this district, we are from the slum district. How do you intend to tackle this issue of young people going to school on the basis of scholarship one? And then the next question is that have you declared your answers? If so, then can you publish it? And are you living in the district right now? These are things that people is concerned.
Okay. Thank you. You are not a spokesperson for the district. Let's take Mansisi, then we go home. Mansisi, you are the last caller.
Okay, thank you. Only for can you say hi to my leader? Hi, Mr. Muka Kamara, how you doing?
Fine.
Okay. Let me say thank you to Muka. Look, I listen to Hikine and I follow the show since today. Look, I want to tell Muka something he said about Mo Ali. You know, the situation, man, that people owe him money for water and sewer, which is 2 or 3 million. So I want them to be behind the situation, man. Let him bring the name for that people are owing the money for water and sewer. Because we die. There's no water in the whole Morovia, no water. Water will come today, tomorrow it go.
Okay.
And to the issue of Mafi Soli, I hope the Liberian people is listening. What all you say today, we hold you by your feet to the fire. You told us you will do this, you will do that. The people, they pull you up, or they say, oh, Zana. They can say, please say fire. So I want to put so in the name for AVC. When I'm good today, when you come there, we're going to do the right thing. The school, the water, and the clinic. Because you tell them about the clinic.
Okay.
Somebody can do something, you can start from there, and you can end it. So now it shouldn't be an issue between you and ABC for that clinic. But I want to say to you, so I beg you, do everything possible that clinic should be open because our people are dying. We need hospital, we need clinic, we need water, we need light. There's no light, water. Our market store, I was saying on the platform.
But all the country no level, even to my one no level.
Yeah, so I'm telling him, let him make sure and get on the back or watermelon and Waka.
Okay.
He's the president want to Africa and not to get it from them. So they call the people and ask them what the way forward.
Thank you, Man.
Yeah, we're not making better struggling. We and not eat it now.
Thank you, Man. We'll leave you right there. Honorable Kamara, your parting comments. Maybe in 1 minute, we got to go.
Thank you. The fellow who asked about my access, we declare ever since
you published it?
It was published.
Okay.
In social media everywhere. So probably you will not lucky to see it. And then I just want to say thank you to the Freedom family and the people of District 14, right? Someone asked that whether we live in a district. How can it be we just been elected less than 3 months?
Some of your men can run away, so don't talk.
Running away from what? I have said it in my campaign speech that I'm not going to run away from anybody. I will look at you with the issue. If it is possible, I'll tell you it's possible. If it is not possible, I'll tell you it's not possible. I have making my duty. Every Sunday, I jog, I exercise in the district. I walk in the district. I told the people I will be accessible. I walk in the district. I exercise, I come on Broad Street. I exercise, I enter through Clarendon to the field to my house.
You won't hijack the position.
Right? No, not hijacking it. So if you doubt it by me living in the district, but then call your city up and just come around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock and sit down and wait where I will come from. You will see me. Whether I live in the district or not, there you will know. I cannot build a decent house like that. I value to that extent. Then I just leave from there to go where? Where do I want to go?
We're checking the asset declaration fund to know how much it value.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right? So you can do that. Is I want to live with my people. I'm not going to escape from anybody. The matter is, let us say yes and say no.
Okay.
That which I will do. So let me say thank you to the Freedom family and the people of District number 14. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. We will be there for you, and it is you that we are answerable to. Thank you very much.
It is you we are answerable to. The lawmaker is inviting you to the First District Development Council meeting on Saturday. Until we return, Alexa, it is a wonderful time. Let's leave for the next continuity announcer to step in.
The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime.